What Dallas do to make it so difficult to break them down?
Well, they were very compact. They played in a low block, and they had guys that were willing to sacrifice a little bit of their game to make our lives difficult. You come in here midweek, you know it's going to be a battle. You know it's going to be a very difficult game to play in, and if you make things difficult by sitting in, and you'll obviously limit our chances of scoring. But it was more so us not being sharp enough, not just being a little bit too sloppy on the given day, and unfortunately we couldn't come out on top.
And do you have reasons for that? Because I was going to ask you conversely, what couldn't you get done here at home today?
Well, I think when we were playing into the pockets, they did a good job of closing us down and making it very difficult. They made us play out wide quite often. And when we were in the pocket, you have to be very clean on the touch to turn and face forward. And unfortunately, I didn't think we were as clean or as sharp as we should have been. And then that happens. You have those games, but now you got to bounce back and play a difficult DC United side, on Sunday.
Is the sharpness due to playing on Sunday, or is it "quote unquote" one of those nights?
I think it may be a little bit of both, but we don't tend to make excuses around here. We know that it's going to be a difficult match regardless. We know that Dallas is going to come out here and make our lives difficult, but a little bit of both, right? Short rest. Playing with guys that aren't necessarily our starters. Mixing it up and it's just causing a little bit of lack of chemistry, I guess.
You guys had a shutout though for like the first time since I think July or something. Is that any consolation?
In a way, yes. Obviously you put yourself in a good spot if you keep clean sheets, and we certainly had one or two chances. We would have loved to create more, but in the end. We didn't commit too many breakaways. We put the work defensively to keep the clean sheet, and honestly, I felt like we were a little bit better when we had 10 men, and that's unfortunate because if we played the way we did the last 5-10 minutes, we could have put ourselves in a really good spot.
Did you expect them to be that deep and that defensive coming into this game?
Well, we knew that they were a good team on the ball, and that they would make our lives difficult by stretching the field, making the field big, and playing in between lines. I don't think we anticipated them, being that deep. They switched up their lineup just as much as we did, and it helped them. In the sense that maybe they had a little bit of fresh legs to defend a little bit deeper, but I don't think we expected that. And in the end, you got to be cleaner if a team is going to play deep, and you got to stretch them vertically.
You feel like the team had the depth. You were able to get to the final third, but you weren't crisp in the final third. What comes of that?
Yeah, well, I think the lack of movement, being decisive with your movements, running off the ball, third man running, those things contribute to a successful final third. And I think, unfortunately, we weren't as crisp in that. We weren't committing. We weren't being decisive in the final third, and it showed.